two waves that probably won't factor into the top two. Michelle's still out in front, and we're getting started with the world title heat. Kolohe Andino, world number 5, taking on Sebastian Zietz. And Zietz with a lot on the line to try to re-qualify. We're on the tour forever, winning events like Bells, and sometimes you'd be watching the waves all day and have to learn how to adapt if things change. Pulling in to a solid section, now getting super clean and letting out Sebastian Zietz. He is so lethal out here, spending a lot of time here at Off the Wall, backdoor, pipeline, with his back against the wall to re-qualifying. This is danger signs for Andino, Potts.
Yeah, this is the last thing you want really as a world title guy, is to come up against someone that has something to lose. Sebastian's one of those guys, Shane, he's an X-Factor guy. I mean, he's capable of 10-point rides out here.
Yeah, he's such a weapon, huh? I love Seabass. He's super clutch when the waves turn on, and I mean, this wave is such a great example. I mean, he's behind the boil right there. See that wave pulling off the reef, getting super glassy, and I mean, Seabass did that exactly perfectly. And for Kolohe Andino, with it all on the line, his back against the wall, to come up against somebody like Seabass, has got to be, just applying that pressure.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful read and perfect technique, Potts.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him do this about 1,000 times, and he looks so comfortable. For me, one of the best tube riders in the world, that's for sure, especially on the backhand. I've seen it at Chopu. I've seen it out here a lot of times. I mean, 10-point rides is not foreign to this guy. But yeah, especially when he's in a situation like this, kind of tricky conditions, you just never know what you're going to get from him.
On this angle of Kolohe Andino in the barrel, super clean exit as he will hop straight out of there, battling with Sebastian Zietz. Zietz already on the board with a 5.33 at the left at Pipeline. As we'll get some more insight on the last exchange with Strider Wasilewski hanging out with Abe Lerner. Reminds me of yourself, Shane Dorian, when you finally got a heat with Potts out here and got a victory. Too soon to bring that up. Let's watch this. Kolohe making a barrel at an important time in that last heat of the round. Potts, do you remember that?
No, I never remember when I lose.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say. Shane,
That's funny you should say that.
There?
I never remember winning. I don't remember the heat at all, honest to God.
Help me, Shane, a little bit. As we watch this replay, Kolohe on this first section, Potts.
Nice little wave for Kolohe now, keeping in mind these guys are underneath priority, so they're going to get second fiddle when it comes to waves. They've got to pick up the scraps. A good little start there for Kolohe, and he's going to need it because Seabass.
A well-deserved make after taking a few wipeouts. That'll get a lead change without a doubt. Now a knifing section from the takeoff for Andino, quickly to safety of the shoulder. And
nothing beats getting blown out with the spit of Pipeline. That just shotgun spit when you get blown out and onto the shoulder to safety is the sickest feeling in the world. I really surf Pipeline like Andy, and I have the most incredible memories of surfing out there with him and seeing him send it over the edge. And his level of rawness and instinctive surfing was like unmatched.
Out of control as we see a wild bomb. Sebastian Zietz couldn't help himself and took a look at it. That's not going to be much of a score, and we'll see how quickly he can get out the back. Remember, he's trying to re-qualify for the tour. There's a lot to handle for Seabass. I think that could be one of the main reasons he's in this situation now, looking to re-qualify. Head down and trying to stall to get some of the barrel is Kolohe.
Yeah, you want those Michel Barres kind of waves where you're driving through it. I think the judges are really being very critical with those ones where you're having to slow down from the get-go, Shane.
Be a little bit behind it, and if you see that from behind, you probably could have been quite a bit deeper than that. It was, talk is cheap when you're here in the booth, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to say that than it is to do it.
I mean, look at this angle, though. This is beautiful. Great speed control as well. Beautiful style.
I mean, it looks like John Florence right there.
Absolutely.
Great technique, putting on the brakes, slowing himself down. That speed management that we always talk about is so important here at Pipeline.
And let's have a look. I mean, could he have gone deeper? That's the question. Like you said, it's easier said than done.
It's possible, but look at his technique. It's so good.
If he was coming from behind that section,
yeah,
it was touch and go, but beautiful wave nonetheless.
So Kolohe Andino showing off that backhand tube stall technique, but maybe needed a bit more at Margaret River main break. That main break, he said it maybe wasn't going to be a skill set for him, and he's been in 2 finals in his career in the West Oz. Here comes Kolohe now, stepping into this pit. Put himself a little bit deeper, smaller wave, spits without him. and staying a lot more active than Seabass at the moment. As we get caught up with what just happened to Sebastian Zietz.
Yeah, well, this is the X factor that Sebastian Zietz has. How did he come out of that, number one, and then just not losing the fins just that little bit, Shane? I mean, that would have been frustrating for Seabass because he's well and truly on his way to a 2.9.
He sure was. I mean, this is exactly the wave he needed, and that wave kind of clamped right here, and he looked like he knew he had it, and then he took a look right here. It's pretty interesting. He takes a look at the lip right here and goes, this thing is just about to smash me. And it looks like he kind of just kicked his board right there, just not wanting to get injured, you know?
Cool.
1.7.
Gosh.
We know Seabass was under the weather in the opening round, so he's going to be fighting through a bit more. Beautiful pipe wave for Andino. Staying wide open. And world number 5 comes out the other end with an unreal backside roundhouse.
That was sick.
Falling in the pocket, but the commitment was unbelievable.
That's what I'm talking about. Remember Andy used to do those, but then go bang off the white water and pull it off. I mean, it's the best way to finish a wave at pipe.
Gosh, this one looks really good right here for Seabass. Check this out.
Zietz looking to re-qualify. Bottom drops out, hugging the wall into the pit. Comes out of the first section. Bonus section for Seabass. And that next section walls out and takes him down. But unbelievable ability backhand to control that speed. Disappeared for a moment on that first meaty section, and that'll get rid of the 1.7. Time is on the line. Seabass quickly paddling back out to the lineup.
Thing, Shane.
Yeah, well, he was in the perfect spot on that one, wasn't he? We had that conversation about Kolohe having perfect technique and riding that other wave so well, but just not being deep enough. And on that occasion, he really put himself, he positioned himself way behind the peak, got that perfect grab, managed that speed, did that big arc. Love the cutty.
I love it. I love
the
it.
cutty.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's such an underrated maneuver. Look at that, the wingspan. Look at that board skipping out.
Wow.
Jamming it in. I mean, that was beautiful stuff there. And a 5.67. I thought it might have gone a little higher than that.
That was
that might not have
radical. Well, this one is going to run out of time. And unfortunately, Seabass will be knocked on tour. But the big news for Kolohe, he's still in the title hunt as he moves on into the round of 16. The California kid, 5.67 and a 4.5. And I loved your read there, Shane. He took off on a wave, could have been deeper, and he improved on that.